Hello everyone, and welcome to Corners of Spear Tier 1. My name is Thomas, next to me is Lewis, and we're here in Belgium for the mighty Spa-Francorchamps circuit. As I said, Lewis is in the commentary box with me. How are you doing, mate?
I'm very good, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, Spa's here. I didn't race yesterday because I was busy, and it's not one of my. I've had good mixed results here, but it's not a personal good hunting ground. But I must admit, the track itself is a classic, and I don't know. I haven't had a chance yet to check if we have got unexpected weather or changeable conditions, but it's going to be a good one here. Yeah, heavy ERS is quite a high usage around here. It's such a big circuit, biggest in the calendar. Yeah, I can't wait. But have we got weather? Have we got changeable weather in
We
today's race?
it wouldn't be a race around Spa-Francorchamps without changeable conditions. It will
That's what I'm
be
thinking.
dry for the start, but it will rain. Well, you've got three weather slots. The first one is dry, and the other two are light rain. So
Right.
it will be a very tricky one. When is the rain going to come down? I assume everyone will be starting on the softs just to, yeah, be as fast as they can before the rain drops down. Is it already going to fall down when they are on the formation lap? I don't know. We have to wait and see, but it's definitely going to be very interesting. And yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good.
Yeah, like you
And
said, Spa always a special track. We had our mini course meetup in the summer when Nicholas was racing around here. Me, Dan, Fruitful were there to support Nicholas. We had the
of
banner
course,
out. So yeah, hopefully another meetup again next season, as we will be driving again around here. So yeah, really looking forward to that.
I'd like to. Do you know what? I'd like to turn up to that as well because I've always wanted to go to Spa, and it's not the same thing for me. It's to be fair, if Dan can make it to Spa, I can make it to Spa. It's probably as much.
Yes,
It's
yeah,
much of a journey for him to come down to get to the southeast of England as it is for me. So yeah, it'd be really good to experience that and go down there. But yeah, it's a great circuit. It's always been one I've. If it weren't for the dodgy weather, it's always one you think of. I'd love to go and watch. The races don't tend to be in F1 real life most exciting. Um, they're very rarely classic races, which is I'm surprised with because it's such a mega circuit, and a lot of the time you are full throttle, so you should be able to get a slipstream, whatnot. But
true.
yeah,
Yeah, but
I think.
I
Sorry.
think, yeah, no, I think like last year just summed up everything. Like if you've got a really good car and a really good driver, you're just unstoppable. Like
Yeah,
what Verstappen did last season around here was just
it's another
insane.
level.
Like yeah, he was like it was everyone else was driving in an F2 car and he was the only one driving in an F1 car. That's how it seemed from watching it on the TV, and I think on track as well. It was like ridiculous how much quicker he was compared to everyone else. And I think when we had the Mercedes, excuse me, when we had the Mercedes dominance with the W13, I think when they first introduced the black car, um,
Yeah,
it was Hamilton running the show around here
yeah,
in front of Bottas, and you just saw how much quicker that Mercedes were compared to the rest of the field. So I think because it's such a long track, it really shows how strong the car is. And like, of course, this track is always after the summer break, so that's where the top teams get their extra updates in. Um, so yeah, I think
yeah,
that is probably the reason why we don't get that many exciting races, as well as although it's a very long track, and like you said, you're full throttle for a very long time. There are not that many overtaking possibilities around here.
yeah,
You've got turn one, but it's a short run now, so you really need to be that close. You can, of course, you've got the overtaking possibility at the end of the Camel Stray, and after that into the bus stop, and that's pretty much it. The sector two, there's no way you can make an easy pass. Like
yeah.
someone else has to make a mistake for you to get past. Poon very brave if you make an overtake there. So yeah, it's a difficult one this.
Yeah, and the problem is with turn one also is you've got DRS coming up, so you know you don't want to make the move into turn one because then the other person gets DRS going down the Kemmel Straight.
Exactly.
So Yeah, I almost feel like DRS shouldn't really be on the front straight. Well, I get why, because it does get you in a position to then be close enough onto the Kemmel straight. But it'd almost be like really useful to have. If it wasn't for the fact, what's the term before bus stop called? Blanchimont. Blanchimont.
Blanchimont,
If
yeah.
it wasn't for Blanchimont being the corner that it is, it's a shame. Oh, an Alfa
Oh,
Romeo.
yes, I was looking at him as well, and he's taking the esports line there.
Yeah, I think he got away with it just, but he hasn't validated. But yeah, if we want for Blanchimont, being the corner, tight corner that it is, you could. It'd be great to have DRS there, but unfortunately, a lot of the track there isn't any straights. But we got at the front Vaporizer 142.9. It'd be interesting to see because I haven't driven this track on this in this car. Rouge and Radion is always my. Well, I always end up in the tyres up there because since F1 2020, I think, or 2019, for some reason the cars get really slippy, which I don't get because it should be an easy corner.
Well, talking about that, I saw a clip of Profolis, our big captain,
Yeah,
and coming out of Stavolo. So if you're looking on board with AJ now, everyone else will be seeing it. Around here, Roland touched the curb on the outside, and it just instantly lost the car. So that was a
right.
really strange incident as well. So yeah, I don't know what it is about this track. I saw some people in the EU1 chat complaining as well about that. On this game, the track seems or feels very weird.
Right.
Well, it's like such a historic, like you said, and lovely track to drive on. So yeah, it's something to keep in mind. If you see people randomly spinning, like Vaporizer and Puon,
Yeah.
um, yeah, then it's no surprise because these curbs are deadly for some reason.
Yeah, I lie. I have played on this game, this track, but it was on my PS5, and on my controller, I could tell it was undrivable. The car just kept spinning round. In the end, I just quit the race because which is why I wasn't that upset being busy for this track because I haven't played on the PS4, and I'm sure it would have been easier on the PS4, but because it has seemed to be that way. It's just on the PS5 it was completely undrivable. Just the rear end just completely it just wants to turn away all the time. So yeah, Vaporizer had a moment that I had a few times. Just the rear end stepping out. It's gonna be very interesting to see what people are like on the race. I feel like the wheel is a big advantage around here.
Isn't that like uh, a common thing on this game where you've got a lot more tracks where you're, I don't want to put it like an advantage, but you're definitely more comfortable on a wheel compared to a controller. Like I know
Yeah,
on previous games, especially when I was still very much into F1, where well you had Louis, who was an absolute alien, and he was driving on a controller, and I was like,
yeah,
ah, like it sort of frustrated me by the fact that on a racing game you could be quick on a controller, but of course like you can't make a game where people on the steering wheel are like half a second quicker because then you would automatically force people to buy a steering wheel for at least 200 euros, pounds, dollars, however
yeah.
you want to call it, and then having to be competitive at the game. I understand that you need to make it like very low level to get in, low entry to make sure people are available and you get as many people on the game as possible, but still. Um, yeah, back in the days, there was, apart from Monaco, there wasn't really a big difference between the wheel and the controller. But I hear a lot of people about the fact that the wheel is definitely um, preferred on this F1 game.
Yeah, if you can get used to it, it does take a while still to adjust to a wheel from a controller. But
Yes, I can
yeah,
confirm that.
in EU2, it's not too bad though on the controller. I think I'm pretty competitive, but yeah, EU1 I think would be a whole nother thing.
4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. We've got Vaporizer currently on pole position. What a surprise. A 142.9. He's the only one dipping into the 142s. We've got Kisil really close though on 143.006. Fruitful, unfortunately for him, invalidated his last lap. I believe he's going again. We're currently looking with electric blade, and he improves by almost 2 tenths, but it's not good enough to gain himself a position. But at least it's an improvement for electric blade. Let's take a look at Fruitful. Like I said, invalidated the last lap. DRS is open on the Camel Stray. Let's see what our Dutchman in the McLaren can do. No purple sector 1. It's interesting to see, like we've mentioned before, it will be raining during the race. So I assume not everyone went out with a complete dry setup, or at least that's not what I should do, or would have done. So maybe people are putting up higher wings compared to others, so that maybe explains the reason why the field is so spread out. Of course, it's a longer track, so the difference are there to be made. We had the previous rounds around Mexico and Portimao, where it's very normal that the gaps are that small, but now you're really starting to see who are the big guns in EU1.
Yeah. So, also, we've got Kerbo leaving the session. Fruitful is, I know he is out. He's on a hot lap.
He is on a hot lap, yeah, he just went through Blanchimont, he's on to the bus stop. But he made a little bit of a mistake before Stavelo, so let's see what is it. Definitely not a perfect lap for Fruitful, and you can see why. A 143.5 P5 for now. He knows probably that we're watching him, and he's not happy with that lap.
Yeah, it just goes into the wall for good measure. So Donny's in the pit. A lot of people in the pits because one of the things with this circuit is it kind of catches you out. You think you got to come out earlier than you would like to, or what you'd think to, just because of how long it takes to do an out lap, in lap, and obviously your hot lap. So it's nearly 2 minutes long each lap. It's you have to be aware of at this circuit. So I believe everyone's on their final runs. See, AJ is on a hot lap.
Yeah, Bama as well. He's now onto Stavelo to the back straight. So let's see what he can do. He's improving by half a second through sector 2. So it's looking good for Bama. He can at least get himself up into P3. Can he get into P2 or maybe even onto pole position?
Yeah, coming into the final turn now. So long on the throttle, brake late. It's all about not going too dramatic, keep it tidy, get on the power early, head towards that line, keep it straight. And it's a 143.1, very close in that area. Just shy of her third place.
He goes into the wall, we haven't seen that, we quickly skip through.
Yeah.
We have a look on with AJ. As everyone now starting to get on their out laps. AJ improving by half a second as well. Ignore the purple sector 2. You will see that with everyone. As Fruitful comes in, so that's his qualifying session over, and he won't be happy with the P6 he's in now.
Yeah. AJ's coming to the bus stop. Oh, he could get held up here by the Red Bull. May not. He's coming towards the line. It is an improvement, P7.
There's a big train. We've got Stubley behind him. We've got a... Is that... It's so hard with all the blue ones. That's a Williams. Then we've got a Mercedes and Aston Martin, a Red Bull, and a Alpine, I believe.
Yeah. So, anyone who's on the hot lap, who's going to be next?
Stubley invalidates. So that's his qualifying over. We quickly switch to... That is... Roy.
Yeah.
With behind him it's Donny. And behind him it's either PW Jones or Hunt. Oh, but the Aston Martin made a mistake in Puon. So won't be an improvement for him. Is it Jones who made the mistake? No, it's Jones coming through the bus stop now. So he goes on towards the line on a 30,
Oh,
43.9, and it will be a 43.3, improves to P5.
I
Really
tell
well
you
done.
what, Kiesel, or Kezel, whatever, you do look out for him. He is just shy of 2/10 up going into, or is on the final sector now with the bus stop remaining. If he's on course, it'll be enough.
But Roy takes it for now. Pole position
Yeah.
for Roy, but here comes Casil. Oh, but he
Oh,
loses it on exit. Oh, and that's cost
oh, and
him.
yeah, and Vaporizer, he's caught of a second up on his previous best, so Vaporizer could be on course here for a P1 slot back again, and
And
he
he takes
does.
it. What a lap by Vaporizer, 142.690.
Yeah, that's pressure as well, knowing that other people were able to take your lap time away from you, or your best lap time, but then just improve by massive margin. Again, Vaporizer wins the quali, but can he do the business in the race?
That is a very good question. Well, we've got our grid for tonight's race with Vaporizer putting it on pole position alongside another Dutchman by the name of Roy. Casil in P3, we've got Bama P4, Jones P5, Donny P6, Fruit P7, Moby happy about that one, Kierbo P8, HU P9 breezing rounds off the top 10, Stubbly P11, Electric Blade P12, and Hunt hasn't been able to put in the lap, he will be starting last place on the grid P13. So, like we've mentioned a couple of times before, it will be raining during the race, but it will be a dry start. At least that is what should be happening right now. Um, so like I said, I assume everyone will be going out on the soft tire to make it until the rain period, but it just depends. If it's predicted to come out later, maybe we'll be seeing guys going out for the. I don't know how long the soft tires are going to last around here. I expect them not to be able to run that many laps, but it should be good enough before the rain comes down. Yes, it is dry for the start. You can see the clouds forming already. So we're waiting now for everyone to pick their preferred tire, put in the right amount of fuel, and then we are good to go for the Belgium Grand Prix.
Absolutely. So we wait for the players to get going. Predictions, Thomas. I mean, it's always hard to put Vaporizer off it.
Yeah, he's
He
sort
was bad
of.
luck.
He's the one you put down in your top three, 100%.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even if there's a situation of safety cars that don't
Yeah,
work out, like in Portugal, for example. Bama, though, you've got to look out for
he
Bama.
he's always a dark horse. I,
Yeah,
I know he made a wrong strategy call yesterday in the AM1 race, or for us it was still today, but um, yeah, he made a wrong strategy call, so he will probably learn from that one. Um, but yeah, don't rule him out yet. And although Fruitful is starting in P7, I know he's got the pace. Maybe not around this track, although I know he's been able to put in some lovely performances around here. So it's a tricky one. Roy has been really decent. Casil, if he didn't make that mistake coming out of the last turn, I think he would have been in P2. So yeah, I'm gonna go Vaporizer P1. I'm going to say Casil P2 and Fruitful P3.
so my prediction. First, I'm just going to look at tyres. So, Vaporizer's on the hard. Kiesel's on the hard. Roik is on mediums. Bama is on mediums as well.
So the rain, I going off by the tire choice, I expect the rain to stay out for a little bit.
Yeah, but the majority, it's a real, well, it's a mix, but the majority have gone medium, so they obviously feel the rain is going to come in halfway through the race because you the difference, the stop difference between a medium and a hard isn't that many laps. Probably 4 laps, 5 lap difference, if that, between the medium and the hard tire. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. And have we? Because the thing is, sometimes with the rain, you get the rain straight away or very early on, even though it's supposed to be halfway through the race. So
Yeah.
if the rain is quite early on, then it won't really affect too much. Only other than the medium runners will get an advantage quite first few laps. But it depends how quickly that rain comes down. It could be very slow. It could be very quick. But I think my top three, I'll go with Bama. I'm going to go with Bama, Vaporizer, and Pens.
It's a hard one this to predict, especially because we don't know what the weather is going to do.
Yeah.
So Vaporizer now coming out of the bus stop. He is ready. He put in a fast formation lap though. Understandable being on the hard tire. You see, Roy has got a good chance of taking the lead in this race because he will be on softer tire compared to Casil and Vaporizer. Can he get that little bit quicker off the line and maybe get himself or give himself a really good position to line himself up to make a overtake on the Camel Straight? We will have to wait and see. Everyone has lined up, hopefully not in a correct way like we've seen in real life 2 times with Ocon and Alonso. As I don't know what we are waiting for at the moment with getting the strategy on our screen once again. Is this where it's going to glitch out? Migrating host. Well, we're gonna go. Jones has left, unfortunately, but the race is gonna go on. We've got 5 red lights, and away we go for the Belgian group. And Roy got an absolute howler of a start. He drops
Yeah.
positions left, right, and center. Vaporizer with a good start. We've got Casil with a good start. Kierbo taking P3. He gets past Bama. And Bama has remained in P4. We've got the ghosting car of Jones, Fruitful, and Donny are having a little bit of a gap. Kierbo is round,
Oh!
and he lost it. And Radion, that's the
Yeah.
first spinner.
And we also had AJ go off at the first corner. But look at this. Kiesel looking to attack straight away in the Red Bull. Oh, both Red
Oh,
Bulls.
what a
Oh,
move!
double move. Double move.
Nobody
Unreal.
runs wide. Vaporize is still on the inside.
Oh, they're going to be contact. Surely
Oh,
there is a
there's
vaporizer
contact.
spins.
Oh, no.
And lots of damage there. Oh, there's a number of cars off there. McLaren off. But yeah, that's just turn one. And that's Bama taking 2 positions. And he's in the lead. And with those mediums, that's the crucial thing. With being on the hard tyre, Kiesel and Vaporizer, tyre temperature is a struggle round here, especially in the first couple of laps. And trying to compete with Bama going around that corner just wasn't going to work with those tyres not being up to temperature. And I think Kierbo spun again. But yeah, there was wing damage. McLaren had wing damage. I think there's a few guys with wing damage, to be fair.
Oh, we've got a move. Hunt is getting past Roy, who's got wing damage, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep, wing damage on the right hand side. So the Blanchimon is an absolute drama to take now. Is he
Yeah.
going into the pits to replace it? Oh, Hunt is
Hunters
into
a
the
lot.
pits as well. Stubbly into the pits. Roy into the pits. Vaporizer is staying out. Brisen into the pits. AJ into the pits. It's chaos on lap 1 here in Belgium.
Yeah, half the field almost needing to pit for damage. I'll tell you what, it's spread the field quite a bit. But Donny, look at Donny, he's right there with Bama.
Yeah, Fruitful has to leave a little bit of a gap. Donny has got full connection to the back of Bama. And a big gap between P4 and P5 in this race. And then of course we've got a big gap between P7 and P8. But that is all the people who made a pit stop already. They've gone on to a fresh set of medium tires, of course, because pretty much every one of them were on the hard tire. And yeah, now those people who made their stop will be praying for a safety car to come out.
Yeah. Kierbo's retired in the pits.
Are we able to invite PW Jones? I'm afraid I can't. Can you maybe try to invite PW
Yeah.
Jones? You'll have to do it with EA though, as he's PC. So I don't know if that's going
Okay.
to work. Work of your
Hmm.
magic. We are busy with it, Jones. Don't you worry. Seen your message. It was such a nice bloke. He made the lobby, he created the lobby, and then he lagged out just with the start.
I don't. I can't because I'm not a friend with him.
Yeah,
Um,
that's. If there's anyone, Kierbo, maybe he can help by inviting PW Jones back to the lobby. I will send him a message on Discord.
yeah. So Donny staying in that DRS detection area.
Jones says Kierbo can't invite. Think I'm bugged out of my own lobby. That is a real big shame. You're still in P6 though. Somehow. But I'm afraid we can't count it. I'm sorry to hear that. But I can't invite you as my screen is glitched and I don't see any names popping up. Well, we have to get back to action. Donny, he has lost connection to Bama again. He dropped outside of the 1 second window and now Fruitful is all over the place. He is really close to the back of Donny, but Donny caught up himself. Did Bama make a mistake? I think he has. Oh,
Oh,
Bama made
Bama!
a mistake! Bama is
Massive!
off! Massive mistake from Bama, and that's no front wing on that Red Bull.
And now look who's at the front. It's Donny and Fruitful.
With
The two
Casil
medium
on the
runners.
hearts.
Yeah, but it shows you how much those mediums. Well, Kiesel's dropped behind both these guys, but Fruitful is just getting quicker and quicker. He's lining him right up here, Donny. DRS is activated, obviously, so now Fruitful is going to be able to line him up nicely. What a crazy race so far.
This is crazy. Oh, Bama retired. No way.
Yeah. He's obviously not hoping for. Well, he's not worried about safety car.
Yeah, but you should around this
Yeah, I
game,
know.
on this game.
Lap
Here comes
4.
Fruitful though. On the camel straight with the DRS, he has to go the long way round. They're side by side,
Oh!
and Fruitful takes it round the outside, which turns into the inside for the next turn, and he gets the job done. It's Fruitful in P1. We've got a new race leader, and Donny has to drop back to P2. We've got a brilliant three-way battle for the lead in this race.
Now, if I had told you, Thomas, my top 3 prediction was Fruitful, Donny, and Kiesel before the start of this race, you'd be thinking, why not Vaporizer? Why not, without Bama?
Yes.
Those guys, because of the early, it's only lap 4, and Bama's out, and Vaporizer, he's 5th place, 1.2 seconds behind Electric Blade, but Blade's 8 seconds behind this top 3. The Vaporizer still has a chance, but it'd need a safety car to neutralise the race.
Yeah, to be fair, if you're like just joining in and you're seeing Vaporizer in P5, Roy in PA, Fruitful and Donny leading the race, then you're thinking like, what is going on here with Bama retired as well? Like, we're just 4 laps in.
Yeah.
Fruitful is creating a little bit of a gap though. He is pushing, but Donny now gets the DRS to get back in, and he should be able to keep himself in there, although he lost a lot through turn 1, but he gets it back on exit. It will be very close, and I think Fruitful is pushing, yes, he is using his battery to get
He's
Donny
out.
outside of the 1 second window.
Yeah, he's outside. He ain't going to get the DRS. But he has
Nope.
a much lower wing setup.
Yes,
He's catching
look,
him he's not even
yeah.
using energy.
Oh my days. That explains a lot why Fruitful was still side by side with him
Yeah.
when using
but
the DRS,
now,
but this is where you will be losing.
yeah, Sector 2 is always, if You've got the higher downforce, you're going to reap the benefits here. And he already is. He's already got the time back on him massively.
After 3 corners.
Yeah, he's massively pulling away from him. Massive. He's already taken like 6/10 out of him. Oh, and Donny gets 3 seconds there, running a bit wide.
Got a brilliant battle, by the way, for P7. These guys are really close together. These are the guys who made that pit stop. Roy,
Yeah.
all the way up until AJ. So it will be Casil now having to make that move because you can see Fruitful just disappearing in the distance.
Yeah, but look how much Donny gains. Donny gains like 3/10 alone, and he gets DRS, crucially.
That is really crucial.
So now Fruitful's going to have to use the energy again. Oh, he's just going to have enough. He's going to get DRS. Now expect Donny to be right up the back of him.
Yeah, he's gonna close in massively now.
I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a move here. He's 206. He's so much more speed. He's a Red Bull. He's a Red Bull, isn't he? He's not a Mercedes. He's about 15 mile an hour quicker down that straight.
Yeah, we already got the new season patch here.
Yeah. Wrong car.
Wrong livery though.
Yeah.
Donny is driving the Red Bull, Casil is in a Mercedes, Fruitful is in a McLaren, although that's not very realistic as well if you see the 2 races of the McLaren so far in this season.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
Yeah. They'll turn it around.
Oh, we've got a freeway battle on the Camel Straight. It's AJ making a double move, or is it Hunt holding it around the outside? Yes, he is, but he has to cut the track, so he has to give that position back. AJ gets past. Hunt is going to stick in between, but he's not, because Brizin makes the move down the inside, and Brizin defends. He is now back up into P10, with Hunt dropping down to P11.
I have a theory now why Fruitful has a higher downforce setup. For the rain coming later, yeah.
Exactly. That's what we were talking about. Like, you can see a lot of different setups now getting played out. Ooh, Fruitful lost the car a little bit on exit.
Interesting to see when the rain comes. Vaporizer has got past Blade, and he is, to be fair, on even pace with Kiesel. I'd probably say a little bit quicker than Kiesel. It's problem is these guys are going to be in a DRS train, and I expect Donny to make the move here. Which Fruitful won't worry too much. He's going to save his energy. Oh, very close to hitting the back of Fruitful though.
Oh, you can see how much easier this was for Donny compared to Fruitful a couple of laps ago. Ricky in the chat saying Casil's looking good here. Yeah, I agree. He's doing a really good job to keep up on the hards. Fruitful. Oh, he did a little bit of a dummy. He is putting Donny under pressure. He goes deep into No Name. Or is that, no, that's Brussels corner. This is No Name, right?
Yeah, and he's going to do the undercut. Oh, they hit.
What a battle we've got for the lead in this race.
Donny is not going to be quick in the wet though. He is so low downforce compared to Fruitful. Like, when it becomes wet, Fruitful surely is just going to be walking away with it.
We've got Jones with some brilliant inside information. Normally we had Dan or Matty for this. Rain is due just after the mediums drop off the cliff. So the people on the mediums have taken a big risk if the rain is not coming down when it's scheduled.
Yeah.
I think this is the moment for Casil to make a move if he wants to get himself into the lead of this race. Because Fruitful now is going to get the DRS again because Donny can't get away only on the straights.
Yeah.
But how much quicker is Fruitful? Can he make another move, or is he just going to use Donny to recharge his battery again? Well, he is using it now. So he definitely wants to try again to break away.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, there he goes. But Donny should be able to. Oh, Donny making down the inside.
That's not smart.
Oh
That's not smart at all. Like
no, it
you're
isn't.
not alongside him. Oh, Hunt has had a spin again. I guess and he has to be careful here that not to cause a safety car. His rears are absolutely cooked. But yeah, Fruitful now able to pull away. Donny, yeah, unfortunately for him, he got away with it, but I don't know why he tried making the move.
Oh, because now he's on the edge again.
Yeah,
He should be able to stay within that 1 second window,
oh,
I guess.
Van Pits.
So everyone who's finishing will be scoring points.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is where he's going to get the time back on Fruitful again. Like, if this race stayed dry, I would really be interested to see how it would have played out. Because
yeah,
I have to agree with you, I think Donny is going to lose out in the rain, but we'll have to wait and see. We don't know yet. Oh, Fruitful.
and also, oh yeah, Kiesel also would have been laughing because when he got onto the mediums, he would have been with the advantage. And he's able to be level with these guys because the advantage of the mediums has been wiped out now.
Yes. By the way, can I have a little bit of a mention for Vaporizer? That look at the time he's gaining as well
Oh,
compared to these guys. He is on another level.
yeah. He's still on a chance of winning this.
Yeah, but the thing is though, he needs to catch those guys before the rain comes down because then he's not going to have any DRS. So it will be
Yeah.
so much harder to make an overtake unless you're that much quicker. Here comes Donny again. But Fruitful defends the
Oh,
inside. Donny round the outside. His nose in. They're
oh.
still side by side. Is Casil going to join in this? Donny going to make a move down the inside? Yes, he is. They're still side by side through Brussels corner. But
This is
Fruitful
music
also around the
vaporizes
outside
it.
and he gets the job done into no name when they are about to enter Puon.
Yeah, Vaporizer now gains so much time with all that battling. He's only 2.5 seconds behind.
Casil doing a little bit of a dummy there. Trying to put Donny off. It's not working. As Donny is fully focused on trying to overtake Fruitful again.
Yeah.
What a battle we've got on our hands. I love to see it.
And now it's going to be a 4-car battle. Vaporizer's flying
He
right now.
is insanely quick. Oh, there's the rain.
Yeah.
There is the rain.
Yeah, now. Oh.
Fruitful goes in. Fruitful immediately goes into the pits. He knows enough. Oh, Donny loses an exit, but he keeps it on track. And here comes Vaporizer.
Yeah, now, when does DRS become disabled? How quickly does this track get wet?
I think
Because that's going to be a crucial bit.
I think Fruitful has made the right call because it's a long lap.
Oh, yeah.
Casil has no fear whatsoever. So everyone now is not everyone is going into the pits. Jones stays out, but that's his AI. We've got Roy staying out, Stobley staying out,
Yeah,
AJ staying out.
They still seem pretty quick on the dries at the moment. They haven't. Oh, DRS disabled. Oh dear. Yeah, this is where it gets interesting for these. Oh yeah, they're struggling.
Ooh, Vaporizer down the inside. Through Puon. No way.
Nah.
No, he's not. Casil
It's
is running
still-
away. He is
Yeah.
confident in these kind of conditions. You love to see it.
Yeah, and they're still crucially they haven't fallen away, so they're still doing reasonably good times. So I don't know. It may have been Fruitful done a lap too soon.
No, what Fruitful is catching though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the track's getting wet quickly.
Will be very interesting to see where these guys come out compared to Fruitful. Kisil has got a good gap compared to P2 and P3.
Yeah, expect the pit. Yeah.
Yeah, Kisil, we can see the Red Bull on the right hand side there going into the pits, and these guys are following closely
Yeah,
behind. Oh, Donny!
Fruitful's.
He hit the wall in the pit. Is that wing damage?
AJ retired. AJ's crashed.
And it's a
Safety
safety
car.
car.
Oh my god. This is going to bring. Oh, this is going to be not. This is nightmare for Fruitful.
This is a nightmare for Fruitful. This couldn't have been any worse for Fruitful. He would have been in front of these guys, I think,
I
if it
don't
wasn't
know.
for the safety
Kiesel's.
car.
I don't know. Kiesel's already well out. I think. You know what? I think they would have still got out ahead of him because, like, Kiesel's well ahead, and the safety car only came out when they were in the pits. It wasn't like.
Yeah, but I think
It wasn't.
because of that, Fruitful had to stay to a delta.
Yeah, yeah, but it wasn't like they were already. It was like they were halfway through their pits, and like Kiesel's well ahead of Fruitful. Like, Fruitful was in the bus stop when that happened. So I think the first half of that lap for Kiesel, he may have stayed ahead of Donny. And Vaporizer, but I think Kiesel getting away, his pace was actually pretty good on that lap. So for Fruitful, it's a P4 now. Buddy has higher downforce, but the problem is no DRS. The only opportunity to overtake on Donny is going to be a straight line speed's going to be good. But what will their grip be like?
Going
That's
off by
crucial.
that one lap with mixed conditions, I think Casil's running a high downfall setup as well. Otherwise, you're not feeling that confident. You saw Donny struggling. He
Yeah,
lost almost 2.5 seconds on that lap.
yeah.
So very interesting situation here.
Yeah, and we're at the halfway point.
Yep, halfway into this race.
Oh, and Donny pits.
Yeah, so I think that is because of the wing damage he picked up when entering the pits. That is a dub on itself for Vaporizer, because I think with the straight line speed of Donny, he would have been a pain in the ass to overtake for
And
Vaporizer.
now Donny's smart. He may add a bit more downforce to that front wing. But yeah, he
Yeah.
probably didn't. He probably had like auto repair, and they decided not to change the wing.
Yes, I
Like,
think that's the case. Yeah, or it was too close because Mercedes were the first is the first team.
yeah.
So and he made that mistake just before the pit entry.
Oh, and he
Oof.
gets ahead still off Jones. So he only loses 3 places
And
rather.
Jones is an AI, so
Yeah.
I don't know what that is going to do for Roy, because he has to stay behind Jones with the safety car condition. Um, so that leaves a little bit of a gap between himself and Donny.
Yeah.
So we will have another lap of safety car conditions. I'm almost certain about that. So I think it
They
will be
might
lap
catch up.
14 when
They,
fields
they
get
should.
released. Yeah, it
They
depends
should be
on
able to catch
Brizin,
up.
how quickly he can catch up. But I think it will be a little bit too early, as this is uh, just the first lap. They've caught up to the safety car as they came out right in front of the safety car in the pits.
Oh, it's going to be close. Brisbane might be able to catch them
Fruitful was the
by that
first
safety car
one
line.
to overtake the safety car. Now I think it's too early.
If Brisbane catches him before that safety car line, which he's about to join now, yeah, it's going to be another one, possibly.
Yeah, it will be another lap.
No,
Nope,
it's not.
never mind. Oh my days, the timing. Well, I prefer this. We want action.
Yeah, yeah.
There's been a brilliant race so far, so let's keep it up. Yeah, you can see the ghosting car of
Oh,
oh, Stubbly.
5 seconds.
It's such a harsh penalty to take. Oh, Casil. Oh,
Oh,
fruitful.
McLaren.
No, fruitful.
What happened there?
He lost it. And now he dropped all the way down to P8, P7.
This race is bonkers. Oh, good restart there by the Red Bull. As a Haas goes in the pits, Diesel is off, and away we go. And vaporizes P7. And already Fruitful's having a look on two guys here, which he does. So Fruitful's already up to P5. So he's actually ending up and losing a couple of places somehow from that.
Ooh, Casil running deep there.
Yeah. Everyone getting through alright, it seems. Yeah, Fruitful's behind Donny again now.
And this will be very hard to overtake. He has to do it in a corner.
Yeah, it depends on how much grip Donny has.
Well, it doesn't seem like a lot from what I can see so far. Here comes Fruitful down the inside. Yeah, he's got much more grip. Down the inside, they make contact. Oh, Donny shuts the door. He's not having it. Oh, but yeah, this is really unlucky.
Yeah, it's just Donny has no downforce. Yeah, Donny's an absolute cinder, but Fruitful runs deep.
Oh, no way! No way!
Yeah. I don't know how Fruitful survived that. That's going to be another safety car. But yeah, Donny just had no grip out there. Like, that setup was never going to work in the wet. And the only saving grace for Fruitful is he can change his wing and stay in that position. And Stubby, I just got on board with Stubby. I think Stubby realised too late that he was speeding under the safety car, so he's got to drive through penalty. This race, man. And Kiesel's going to be hating it because he gained he had a 2-second gap on that lap. He was absolutely loving it.
He was gone.
It's the downforce. It's a high downforce setup.
This race is crazy. This is the craziest one we've seen so far. Of course it had to be Spa before we got a crazy race.
Yeah, and 8 drivers left, and we're only just in the second half of this race. And it's going to be a couple of laps here because Stubby's so far behind.
And he has to do the drive-through, but he can't serve it on the safety car conditions.
He can't serve it, yeah.
Or so you can go into the pits, but it won't count. Because you will just make a pit stop.
Yeah. Now, Fruitful comes out. So as long as Stubbly doesn't go in the pits, which, he does. I don't know why, unless he's retiring. Yeah, he's retired. That's good. So we're now down to 7 runners. We should get going again. I know normally it only does a lap. Oh, Fruitful having Fruitful almost losing it. Coming up ready on.
Hopefully I pronounce it right. Kajinis? I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. He says, surprised to see that McLaren's still alive. And yeah, Lewis, you already mentioned it, and I have to agree. Like, how did Fruitful survive that? It was like he got collected by the Mercedes, then went into the wall. Then the Mercedes bounced off the McLaren and the wall, and he only lost his front wing. Well, Donny is out of this race. That's crazy.
I think he was a bit surprised because it took a couple of seconds for him to get back on the power. I think he generally thought, I'm out of this.
Yeah.
So, hang on a minute, I'm still in this. I'll keep going. Safe, and even better, safety car. So he now still in this race. He is going to be at the back of the train, but he could have a good finish to this. Are we going to just have a very quick safety car here? Because Fruitful has joined the field.
Yeah, they could be the same scenario like we saw literally 2 laps ago. Not going to say anything.
Nah.
Oh, and now he stays out, of course.
Yeah. It is only 1 lap, to be fair. Normally the safety car does do 2 laps, unless it's right at the end of a race.
No, but he stayed out for only 1 lap the last time because when they caught up, that was the lap he came in.
Ah, okay.
But he had to wait a whole lap because they came out in front of the safety car when they made their pit stop. Fruitful was the first one to pass the safety car when it first came out.
Risen
Yeah, yeah,
pits.
I think he's just going to pit for a fresh. He only loses 1 position and he will be on a fresh set of inters.
It was 2 laps. Sorry, the safety car was 2 laps last time, and the reason for that is because the safety car I saw was behind Donny and Vaporizer, so the safety car waited.
Yeah,
at
that's
the
what he
exit.
did. Yeah.
So yeah, his
Yeah,
the
like in the race it was 2 laps, but he only did 1 lap.
yeah.
Yeah, Brisbane with a good call there, and Fruitful. They are on a fresh set of inters. I don't know, like it's not really helping that much as it's not a very long race anymore, but still, all the
Yeah.
tiny bits help. She gets very close to that safety car. It's giving me anxiety. He's legit acting like Verstappen now.
Yeah.
Verstappen always does the same, and it's so scary. Wait, it's now the Verstappen rule, right? Where you can't be alongside another car anymore in the with the safety car restart. You have to stay behind. There we have it. Safety car in this lap, and Casio can do it all over again.
Here we go.
Everyone getting that last bit of temperature in the tires. It's so
Yeah.
hard in these conditions to keep those tires up to temperature. Like Cengiz said, like Brizin, not only has he fresher tires but also warmer tires because he had pretty much a whole lap to catch up and
Yeah.
keep his tires up to temperature. I
To the
I
mag.
I think Casil's going to do the same thing like he did on the
Yeah.
last because it just worked. Although Vaporize is not going to lose out by that much, I think. Yeah, he's doing the exact same thing now.
Oh no. And
Here
then he
comes Casillo,
goes.
there he goes. But Vaporizer was ready for it. He's much closer this time round. And we've got green flag conditions once again. We're back racing.
Oh, and look at that.
Oh,
Fruitful. He's
Fruitful.
got up to P3 because of the Williams making a move on the Alpine. Ran deep. And Fruitful has got up to P3. Oh, it's almost off, but yeah, look at that. And now Vaporizer looking to line up Kiesel, maybe with that lower downforce setup. Oh, but Red Bull,
Round the
Kiesel holds on
outside.
along.
Oh, Vaporizer loses it on exit. And Casillo stays in front. Yes, he does.
Look at
Oh.
Fruitful. Fruitful's drifting it through. He's driving it off that wheels of that car.
And somehow we've got the same 3 guys back again.
Yeah.
Insane what happened to Fruitful, but he's back. And we've got Vaporizer after that. Trash on lap 1 through Brussels corner, back up into P2 Kisil, still leading this race somehow. Roy
Yeah,
back into the fight as well. Insane race we've got here around Belgium.
yeah. It's gonna be a tricky one. Those curbs, they're bad enough in the dry, let alone in the wet. Especially in these first few laps, they haven't really had clear running in these conditions. They don't know where they can push. But Fruitful losing a bit of ground, and he's under pressure from Pens and that sort of second group of guys.
Oh, he runs deep through Blanchimont. And through the bus stop.
Again. Yeah.
Here comes Roy.
Maybe tire temp is an issue.
Britain is really close as well. Can he maybe make a move on the Williams to release a bit of pressure from his teammate? Oh, Roy's just pulling away. Lower downforce on that Williams. Or is he using a lot of his ERS? No, he's not. Brazilian all over the back now. Is he going to make a move into Brussels corner? No, he's not. He's behind the Williams for now.
Yeah.
Price is oh so close to the back of that Red Bull. Just can't get his way around it for now.
Yeah, the top two are in a league of their own here. Fruitful's really struggling. I'm quite surprised with Fruitful struggling. And look at it, Vaporizer nearly side by side with Kiesel. It's so tricky to overtake in the wet, though. About that advantage of DRS. Both guys barely use their energy either.
Yeah, and Cassie was holding on. Fruitful's forming a little bit of a train behind him. But crucially enough for him, he got himself onto a podium spot. It's not that hard with 7 drivers, but still.
Yep, and now 5 to go. Actually, 6 to go.
No 5.
It's 5, yeah. That wasn't my strong point.
Yeah, English is my strong point, and look at me. Here comes Vaporizer. Is he quick enough in the straight to make a move? Is he going to try and round it outside? No, he's not.
Pence through.
Yeah, Roy got past Fruitful on the straight. Can he get back to the top 2?
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Fruitful not having the best time. Electric Blades now gets past. Fruitful picks up 3 seconds as well.
Yeah.
It's getting from bad to worse now for Fruitful and the McLaren. But his teammate is doing a really good job. Roy got past, and he is that little bit quicker. If these guys in front start to battle, he maybe can get himself back into it, but it will be hard.
Yeah. Four to go. The real Vaporizer guess they're just going to wait till towards the end. But if I was Kiesel, I'd want to keep Vaporizer behind me the whole time.
Oh,
It's
but
so
here
much
he
trickier.
comes. He's got such a good run. Oh, and he gets in the on the inside.
Oh, yellow, because we got a crash. Free falls out. And it could be a safety car here, and there
It
is.
is, and Vaporizer just got in front.
Yeah. It's going to be a very quick safety car, though, because it's only 3 3/4 laps to go. Yeah, Frugal, unfortunately, out of this race. And Kiesel's going to be majorly frustrated about that.
And normally I don't do this, but my throat is absolutely killing me, so I'm getting myself a little bit of water. Lewis, keep the people entertained, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, so Vaporizer, Vaporizer's going to be loving the fact he made that move just then. Purely by, they can't predict that that was going to happen, but yeah, I only expect there to be 1 lap here under safety car. There's going to be 3 to go this time by. That will mean there'll be 2 to go on that restart. It's a 2-lap shootout. Has Kiesel got the pace to make a move on Vaporizer? Has Pens got the pace now with clear air to battle these top 2 guys? It all gets restarted coming into this. And you've got to think of people like Bama who retired. A lot of people that retired in the pit lane. The chances they would have had now, if they had have stayed out, we would have still had potentially 3 people today that retired in the pit, or 4 people retired in the pits ultimately, that would have still had a chance to race today and for good positions because of the safety cars that we've had. But through their impatience as Blade pits, they have thrown it all away.
Yes, I picked up that last bit. Yeah, I don't understand why you retire that early on in the race, knowing that a chance of a safety car is very high, especially on this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be a hard lesson learned for those who retired early on. Some of them didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah.
And it will be a 2-lap race until the end. No more safety cars after this. But this race has flown by. I don't know about you, but like if it was lap 6 or 7, I would have believed you as well.
Yeah.
So we've got 4 people on 9-lap old Inters. They pitted when the rain came out and stayed on those tires all way long. We've got Brizin on 4-lap fresher tires, Electroplay on 9-lap fresher tires. What can he do? How's the temperature in those tires? How much more
Yeah.
grip does he have compared to these guys? Because they, to be honest, they pretty much did half a race on these tires. So they can't be feeling that great, although Inters last a very long time. Jones in the chat saying my AI is doing great. Casually running in P5. Safety car in
Still.
this lap. It's unbelievable. This
Yeah,
race has blown my mind.
Jones is still going to get points.
I
Though it's
don't
not
think you're going
race.
to get points because it's AI, but I just want to give it to him for the
He
fact that his
should.
AI is doing a really good job.
Yeah, he should be able to, because so it must be quite a high AI set. Oh, Penn's almost running in the back there of Kiesel. But it must be quite a high AI set because he hasn't been dropped, his AI, badly.
No.
So it must be automatically set at quite a high AI level. So if you do ghost, you don't drop like a stone.
And here goes Vaporizer already. Quick and early restart, and he caught Kiesel completely off guard.
As long as you don't catch himself off at the bus stop, which he doesn't.
How much
Two
straight
to
line
go.
speed does that Red Bull have?
Oh,
Oh, he loses it a little bit, and I think that is the opportunity gone to make a move on the Camel straight.
green, white, checkered, as the Americans would say. Yeah, what as vaporizes pace? God.
I think we saw
He's
it
just going to
already in
kick
the
it
dry.
himself.
He is quick. Yeah, if he was in front when that second safety car came out, I think he could have held on, but now
Yeah,
chance gone. But he should be able with the P2 knowing what has happened in this race. I think
yeah.
he can't be too frustrated about it, although losing the win is always frustrating. Brizin tries to make a move on Roy, but he can't make it stick around the outside. Normally, in real life, it would have been quicker to go around the outside as there will be less water on track, but for Jean, this game it's really the case.
Yeah, vaporizes. He's got that bit of an edge.
Yeah, he's not going to give this one away. We've seen too much of Vaporizer to predict him making a mistake. He's cool as ice. And what a drive from him, we have to mention it. Although he started on pole
Yeah.
position, he was pretty much last place after 6 corners. Here comes Briz in. Great slipstream onto the back of Roy. Is he going to make a move into the bus stop? No, he's not. Is he waiting for the camera? Is he going for the absolute ultimate move on the last lap to secure himself a spot on that podium?
Could well be. Final lap. This is the battle.
This is the battle. Mr. Top 2
Pressure,
is getting
tyres,
away. And
blades there as well.
Electric Blade, I just wanted to mention, don't rule him out of the equation.
Fresh Inters. He pitted during that safety car. Oh, look at that. Bryson had a good run here. Up Radion. But has Roy got the higher downforce?
Yes. So he has to get a good exit out of a corner to maybe get alongside.
Yeah. Definitely
And
has good
if
grip
anything
here.
is going to happen between these two, Electric Blade will be...
Oh, he's got a good run, but it's not enough. If you hear me, you want to try and catch out Pens.
There's just no way around here. He has to wait for the back straight with Blanchimont coming up and the bus stop as the last possibility for Brizin to make a move.
Yeah, he's right there though.
We go on board. We have to focus on Vaporize as well. This will be a tough one.
I'll watch the other one. I'll watch P3.
Roy's too far away, I think. Although.
Nah, he is too far away.
We have to take a look at Vaporizer as he is the one taking victory here in Spa. Francorchamps, Kisiel P2 and Royals onto P3, Brizin P4, Electric Blade P5. And that's the end of the race, but oh my days, this was a really good one.
That was a great race. For the fewest there were, a few people that finished it, it was really good fun.
Yeah, normally when a race has only 6 finishes, you would say, oh, this was a really long one to sit out, but I've enjoyed every single second of it. So here we have it, the 3 people on the podium with Vaporizer taking the win, Kisiel P2, Roy P3. 2 Dutchies and a Red Bull from Poland, if I'm not mistaken. And now it's time for the champagne. So with that, we go to the final results. Vaporizer taking victory and the fastest lap, so you will get an extra point for it. Casil in P2, Roy P3, Briss in P4, Electroblade P5, Jones P6, Fruitful P7, Stubley P8, Donny P9, AJ P10, Hunt P11, Bama P12, and Kierbo P13. And with that being said, it rounds off the stream for tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for being very active in the comments. Always nice to have a little bit of an interaction with you guys. And thank you, Lewis, for joining the computer with me. It was a pleasure as always.
It's very well, thank you, mate. Yeah, great race. And yeah, EU1 has been a good season so far. Look forward to more next week. Which track are we at, Thomas, next week?
Oh, I was already looking it up normally. I've got it ready. It is Suzuka for round 9.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Always a good track. So yeah, we will see you in Japan next week. Same place, same time. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Congratulations once again. Other people will finish on the podium. Thank you, Lewis, for joining the corner with me. And as I always say, have a good one, stay safe, and goodbye.